Well, hello and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome along to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. We are here for a masterclass, my first show of the day actually, and in case you think to yourself, he wasn't on Wake Up Call, he's had a bit of a lie. I've been working very hard, behind the scenes. But it's lovely to be here. It's going to be a fun show, and actually I'm looking forward to this show simply for the fact that in this show Craig is going to be tackling something which is spoken about quite a lot: masculine projects, masculine makes, all on us blokes, so difficult to make cards for. Well, during this show, hopefully loads of hints, tips and inspiration coming your way, so by the end of the masterclass you've got plenty of ideas to take with you. Before we get cracking, talking about our Craig, one thing which I learned from him this morning whilst I was working very hard behind the scenes, he posted up a video to say that basically if you head to our website today, all of our Gemini dies, whether that be individuals or collections, we've got 50% off today. And boy oh boy, producer Georgina assures me that you have been a shopping till you have been a dropping. So make sure you do head to the website, get shopping, pick up those deals, 50% off Gemini Days, but only over the course of today. So do make sure you have a look. It was like the other day when we were doing all those great deals in the craft house, and loads of you kind of saying to us, oh, I've managed to tick items off my wish list. This is the ability for you to be able to do that once again with all of these deals. And also, before we say hello to the Hottie Scotty himself, some great news, because we are kickstarting a brand new year. We've got some really exciting news. We are bringing all of our fabulous live UK Crafters Companion content together under one roof at Crafters TV. And you know what? There's no time like the present. So starting from tomorrow, Wednesday the 12th of January, we're going to be featuring a fantastic new lineup. So we're bringing you a brand new show. It is called Craft, Chat, Create. It is a 3-hour show full of pure crafting inspiration, and it will be on UK screens at 8 AM every day from Monday to Friday. So it's going to be live shows, of course, 7 days a week. You can watch, you can shop via our website. You can watch, of course, on Facebook, via YouTube as well. So whatever you fancy, make sure you join us. A bit of an extended selection for you, and that first show coming your way tomorrow. Craft, Chat, Create, 8 o'clock here in the UK with little old me and Debbie Robinson. We are really looking forward to that. Now, kick-starting the show today, he's been getting himself dressed over to the side of the studio as our Craig. You're right over there. You had a coat on, coat off, shirt on, shirt off. I mean, are you sorted now?
Yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit cold in here.
Yes, it is a bit chilly.
I don't like to wear my fleece when I'm live on air. I just feel it kind of restricts me a little bit. So I took it off, and then I just thought, no, it's just a little bit nippy. The fleece is going back on. So yeah, here we are, masterclass. Now, I done a really special Facebook Live last night.
So a bit of
where I give you a little bit of a tease and a heads up as to what to expect. So I'm going to show you some finished samples as to the products we've got on the show. Now, granted, the finished samples aren't necessarily male themed. It's the demos that we're going to do, that we're going to incorporate around the men. That's why it's a masterclass. Now, what we're going to do this time as well is we're just going to draw it back a little bit. We've had craft-alongs, we've had previous masterclasses, we've had Monday Makers, all these shows. We've got lots and lots of other ideas with the collections I'm using. You're maybe new, you've maybe got the products, you may be getting them today, but you just want to retain it a bit, because believe it or not, you know, some guys like all singing and dancing cards, but when it comes to men, they like that simplicity.
Yeah, like most men.
It's the way that it works. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the way of the world. And I'm going to say it right now. Yes, I know women can like men's style cards and men can like women's style cards, but predominantly what we tend to do is we go with a colour theme for a male, colour theme for the female. So we're going to strip it back a bit because it's kind of like the male themed. But what we do have on the show, I'm going to be incorporating it in many of the demos, and that is our Autumn Blessing collection, and it is actually going to be the first demo. Then what we've got is we've got our Connecting Sentiments. So clever, aren't they? Really, really are. We're going to be using them, but we're going to be using part of the autumn collection as well, because I just feel the autumn collection shouts out men when it comes to colours and pattern papers. We've got the centerpieces. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to use the Stags, but again, it's going to be male themed. And then what I did do on my Facebook Live last night is I used these long, edgeable sentiments. So if I lean over, and this is what we made on Facebook Live last night. So what we done is we used the stamps from the autumn collection, created our background, went round with the grey, and then we used the It's Your Birthday, done a bit of paper piecing. So we went big, we went simplistic, but we went round the colours of what most men tend to go for. And what we've also got, if we'll have time, we'll have a look at the pop-out numbers. There we go, look at that, 18. Again, that one, you know, very is a male style card. This one here being 29 again. So although the finished samples range for many different sexes, many different ages, but to say when it comes to the demo, we're theming it from the men's, we're going with the colours, we're going with the styles, and we're going with the products that we've got on the show, some of which are Gemini branded. Enough said.
I obviously picked up all of that news from you this morning. I was just kind of flicking through me videos like I do every morning whilst I was eating me cornflakes, and there you were, announcing the big news. Yeah. You got that hot off the press, didn't you, this morning?
I didn't, even George didn't know at the time. When you seen him being told by me, that was it the first time he was being told.
It's very exciting, so make sure you get a shop in. Loads of you with us. As always, we are live and interactive this Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Thursday, but it's definitely Tuesday. Georgianne is in from Florida. Felicia from Toledo, Ohio. Treasure Heart says, good morning, everyone, from a very chilly Texas. Alison's in from Lincolnshire here in the UK. Michelle from Nottinghamshire, hello. And Stephanie Sandra says, hi from a cold and rainy London. And Joan says, hi, crafters. I hope this show is going to help me to make better cards for the men in my life. Well, that is what it is here for. Any questions, by the way, as far as that is concerned, because that's what these masterclasses are all about, getting those questions in. Ask them on Facebook, on YouTube, and we'll get them answered throughout the course of the show. This Autumn Blessings collection, though, that we're going to look at with Craig, first of all, has been so super popular, and I can tell you we do not have a huge amount of stock left on this. A 15-piece selection from the collection, 70 elements in total, and also you're going to get 70 sheets of that gorgeous paper as well. Potentially, this could go in the show, and it could be the last time that you see this selection. It's a 50% saving that you're making on this. I know we were talking about predominantly Gemini dyes, but this is also with a 50% saving for you. More than that, of course, if you're a platinum member, comes down by another 20%. $49.54 is your platinum price here in the UK, or $63.71 if you're shopping with us in the US. You can go for your own little mini bundle should you wish to, but that is the best deal, and it really, truly is a lovely collection. And again, great, I think, particularly for masculine makes. I think it's a lot to do with the colour palette on this one, isn't it?
It really is. It's the colour palette, it's the designs within the paper pad. You've got the grosgrain, you've got the plaid, you've got the tartan, very much male style if you're going to go down that road. So what we're going to do is I have got a piece of our white smooth stamping card here, and I've already got this cut to 5x7, because what I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to be using our stencil, this one being the scattered leaves. And what we can do, we get a hold of that one, and then I'm going to bring in, so this is stencil tape, masking tape. It's inexpensive. The cheaper, the better, because you don't want it to be as sticky. Yeah. Now you can use our low-tack tape for this one if you want. You just need to be a little bit careful with it, because it can actually be a little bit high-tack at times. So what I like to do whenever I'm doing any stenciling, and do you know what I'm going to do to make it a bit easier for you to see? Let's go on to our craft mat. I know these, if these aren't available on the show, they're available on the website. So what I'm going to do is I always like to pop a piece along the top first. What that does, Ben, is that creates a hinge. And that becomes apparent in a moment once we've started to ink it up. So I'm working my way all the way around, blocking it off. Now blocking it off helps if you are inking onto a larger piece of cardstock, but still, it's nice to hold the stencil down. You're maybe like me and a fan of our adhesive sprays, but I'm not a fan of using the temporary spray on the back of stencils. It's just something that I've never done. I prefer to tape it down to hold it that way. So I've got my stencil nicely secured on my white smooth stamping card. Then what I'm going to do is we've also got a nice array of water reactives on the show. So we've got a bundle where I'm using 3 of them: Sandstorm, Pine Tree and Friar Brown. And I've got my blending tools. I've got my square, when it's actually a rectangle, but we'll not go down that road.
Definitely a rectangle.
Definitely a rectangle. So I've got my rectangles. You can use your circle ones if you want. No difference other than personal preference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Sandstorm first. But what I'm doing is I want to create faux texture. And what I mean by that is you get that textured look, however, if you touch it, it's completely smooth. And I do that by dabbing my ink, or daubing.
A dabbing?
Dabbing or daubing. When I say daubing, I sound like someone from Glasgow.
Sounds like a horse.
A horse.
Yeah, that's what they used to call the horses, wasn't it?
Dabbing.
No, daubing.
Daubing.
Daubing a horse.
See, it's daubing,
Yeah.
certainly back home, as if you do something wrong
Yeah.
and I go and tell on you. I'm daubing on you.
Oh, yeah, no, that one.
Yeah, grassing on you.
Grassing. Why did you look at me then when you said that, if you do something wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm very good.
You are very good, yeah. Very good.
So it's daubing when you tell someone, when you tell on someone.
Tell on someone.
And then dabbing.
Dabbing,
Remember
yeah.
that? When was that big?
Yeah, yeah.
No, not like that. It's that.
It's like...
You do it. There you go. That's it.
Right.
Do it again. Yeah. Yeah. Dabbing. Oh! He threw the blended tool across the studio. Did you actually get that, George?
And I was thinking last night...
Oh my goodness.
Because I said earlier on, oh my God, I can't believe I've done that. Because I thought it was George that was on all day today. So I thought it was on with George. So I thought, right, it's masterclass, it's about the males, let's just rein it in. That's gone out the window.
And then he did go out the window.
There, isn't it?
That was so funny. It's a good job John or someone wasn't kind, just walking around in the background there.
It's Tracy that's in the day as well.
Flying blending tool to the eye. Ah! Anyway, dabbing and dobbing.
Oops. So now that I've done my daubing and my throwing, so to create that bit of texture, oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
So glad you're back.
So instead of blending over the stencil to create that smooth, oh God, I just keep hearing that whack against the dashboard.
Against the dashboard?
Oh, not the dashboard, that's the car, isn't it? Oh my God, 14 minutes into the show. Yeah, so yeah, to create that texturous look. Gosh, I thought that was Boss Erin at the window. It's not, it's Nicola just walking past. To create that texturous look, I'm dabbing my blending tool on. Now you could be using the finger daubers if you want, that's up to you. But it's going to become apparent in a moment. So that was Sandstorm I've used. I've gone in with Friar Brown, and I'm now going in with Pine Tree. And these 3 are in with the water reactive sets that I know that you've got and going to be shown shortly. And I'm not going overly heavy-handed, because at first you can see from up above, you're like, well, okay, Craig, I can make out with the leaves. But once I lift it up, let's just do a little bit more colour. So the reason, and there's a reason why I do my stencil tape along the top to start with, so if I lift these ones up, now what I do is I leave it at the moment, and then I lift my stencil up, like so.
Ooh, okay.
And if I needed to, okay, I've just taken it off there because I didn't have it right along the top, but then by creating your hinge what you've got is you've got that hinge, so then you can then lay it back down exactly the same place so that you can come and add extra layers. Now, this is not the layer that I want.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh.
This is not the layer that I want. So I'm now going to come in with another piece of white smooth stamping card.
Oh.
And then I'm going to come in either with a wet wipe, or I'm going to use a baby wipe because we're getting through what we've got here in the studio before we go into wet wipes. What I'm then going to do, wet wipes going a bit wet wipes. And you know what I was trying to say there?
What are you talking about? Wet wipes.
Well, because we're using less and less baby wipes now, so they're not as good, and we're using like microfiber cloths and that sort of stuff.
Of course, we are, yes.
So, so I'm using the baby wipe, but then what you could do is a damp cloth, something like that. And basically what we're doing is we're cleaning the stencil, but onto our card. So I'm going in and I'm rubbing it all the way in. And again, at first you might think, well, it's not really doing anything. It is actually layering up the colour. It's mixed it together on the stencil, and then we're going in, and then if I lift this one up like so, look at that fit. We've got a background watered effect. It's as if the stencils have been lying in a puddle, or they've been frosted.
Very clever.
But you've got that background, and then pretty much the stencil is cleaned. But all you just need to do is give it a little bit of an excess wipe. So we've now got this one in which we're going to be using.
So there's never any waste on the inks off your stencils?
Not at all. Not at all. Alternatively, what you could do, now granted there wasn't a lot of colour on because of the colour tone, but what you could do is if you do like to emboss your stencil with your embossing mat, run that through the embossing mat on cardstock, so not only will you emboss your stencil, but that ink you've got on your stencil will then transfer onto the cardstock. So there is still many ways in which you can use that ink that's on your card. So what I'm going to do is, let's take this one. I'm going to bring in my guillotine. I'm going to trim it down slightly. Now I would leave it to fully dry. It's not going to take long. And the key to get this effect is to use white smooth stamping card, not watercolour card. You could use watercolour card, but with watercolour card, what will happen is it will retain the shape of the leaves, which you might want. But I like this sort of bleeded look. I like this look as though it's been sitting in a puddle or in the rain or that sort of look. And it works well on white smooth stamping card because it agitates the fibres of the cardstock underneath with a wet wipe. So trimming the edges all the way round. Then I hold no apology, Ben, I'm going to do it again. I'm bringing in my crimpler tool, distress tool.
I thought you were going to chuck something else across the studio then for a second. When you said, I make no apologies. And this one's going your way.
Oh, I'm never going to live that one down, am I?
So the fact that you've not done this on watercolour card, does this take longer to dry then?
Not really.
No?
No, not really. It's more, watercolour card is more giving you options to do your watercolouring effect. It's more about layering the water down from your water brush or sparkle pen or aqua pen, anything like that. But what I'm doing is I'm going around and I'm distressing the edge with my distress tool. So I'm going all the way around. I'm not going to do all four edges because I've got one just to the side of me here that's fully dried. And then I'm going round, taking off a layer all the way round that we can see here. So what you would then do is you would carry on going all the way round to all four sides. And the good thing as well with this, can we see in here we've got a dent where I've been holding on to it a little bit too hard? That works well when you're using a distressing tool. It adds to that effect. If you get little nicks of torn bits of card of that, don't worry about it.
All adds to the effect, doesn't it?
It adds to that effect. Yes, we're running around the theme of that autumn collection, but what we're doing is we're bringing it together into a male's theme. So this is the one that I've already done. So you can clearly see I had a little bit more of the pine green, but you've got that same effect, and I've gone round all the way round. I'm going to go in, I'm going to take my pokey tool. What I have used is cardstock that came with the original autumn collection.
Yeah.
But your Beautiful collection,
Oh, yeah.
your 12 by 12, 8 by 8 paper pads. You've got all these colours in here. These are core colours, not just core men's colours, but core colours. Your yellows, your browns, your greens that I'm going to be using. So I'm going in and I've taken the layer out my yellow. I'm going to go in with my brown. Now I have not taken the layer out of the brown. If I have taken the layer out of the yellow and the brown, it's going to make it too hollow and too dense.
Yes.
So I only do it out of one. Now this is where you have to decide for yourself. What's more special to you, a pearlescent yellow card or a textured brown? I have a lot of brown cardstock. I've not got a lot of pearlescent yellow. So therefore I decided I want to save my pearl and I'm not too overly concerned about the brown. So it might be the other way around, but that's how I decide which one I'm going to savour.
You know, just the effect that you use to create that effect with the wet wipe?
Yes.
Anne says, if you were to use a microfiber cloth, would you damp it
Yes.
to achieve the same effect?
Yes, because what you're wanting is you're wanting it to soak up that liquid, that, well, basically the liquid that's within the wipe or the damp cloth, anything like that. If you use a dry microfiber cloth, it's basically just taking a dry blending tool and then blending it onto your cardstock through the stencil. So yes, what you're wanting to do is about agitating the fibres of the cardstock, so you need it to be damp. So yeah, a damp cloth, damp microfiber cloth, something that's damp that you could be using. So simply mat and layer that on. I already just love this effect as it is, Ben. You know, you could come along with a little sentiment and that's all that you need to do. The autumn collection, whether you're using it as in an autumn collection or a male theme card, I find that this collection works so well with ivory card blanks. You can use white, white works well, and one of my other demos is white, but I think when you've got the yellows, the oranges, the reds, the browns, something about ivory or cream that just shouts out, you know, please use me, so I do. So,
What does it say?
Please use me, so I do. So it was an 8 by 8 card blank and I've chopped it down so it's 8 by 6, you know, we can see here. And what I can then do is bringing in some of this plaid or tartan paper that's within the, well, both the 6 by 6 and also the 7 by 7. This, it's a smaller checker design, so that's how I remember that it's from the 6 by 6. And what I'm going to do is distress the edges again. And I've cut this one to 5.5 by 1.5 inches. And we're going to do a few mats and layers. And then what I'm going to do is I've got a few skeleton leaves already cut out, but I'm going to bring in this very light green from our 8 by 8 pastel tone cardstock. And what I'm going to do is do a couple of die cuts using the skeleton leaves for these ones. Let's layer that up.
Lots of lovely comments coming through. It seems to me as well that a lot of people are pleased for this masterclass because a lot of people are left scratching heads when it comes to making masculine cards. Like Paula, who says, thank you so much for the masculine card ideas. I have all male cards to make. Please, 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 can we have more of these? And Lily just says, so excited to be here for the show. Thank you, CC, for listening to what we want and delivering. So excited to see that Craig has got lots in store for us today. Mariah says, dangerous, dabbing Craig Laird. Lethal with one of those
Lethal.
tools.
Lethal indeed.
Oh dear.
The thing is as well, when it comes to masculine cards, if you do struggle, you know, apart from, if we take things like floral out of the elements, and I'm going to repeat it again, I know women's style cards do well for men's and vice versa, I know that, but still as a crafter, as a human being, most of it, we still go down the typical coloured route, you know, certain colours for men, certain colours for women. And it is all about the colour. You can make a lovely card, for instance, let's say this one here. We could start to make this card, but how different would it look that if we used pink and then deep purple? And we've instantly got that female sort of vibe to it. You know, instead of using this orange tone, still using the 6 by 6, but maybe using one of the other ones. Again, pink and purple, you've got that female touch to it. Take your skeleton leaves, that I've already die cut some of these. Pink and purple, female look. So a lot of it is key to the colour or the pattern. Make 2 cards, one colour with women, one colour with men. The same style, but they look different because of the colour. So I know sometimes it can be, I just don't know what to do for the guys' cards. Look at some of the female cards that you've done. If you eliminate the flowers and you eliminate maybe shoes or perfume or something like that,
yes.
Switch the colours, and then you've got a style that you can use for men. So yeah, just have a look about and see. But I do get, well, no, that's a porky. I don't get. Being a guy, I find it easy to make cards for guys.
But like you said, and it's a great point that you made at the top, that there will be a lot of guys out there who will like the pink and purple colour tones, and on the flip side of that, there's a lot of ladies out there who probably also would love to receive a card like this. But like you say, I think quite a lot we kind of pigeonhole men and women in a certain sort of style and a certain sort of, colour combination, if you like. So yeah, that is the whole point of this show, to give you those ideas if you do get just a little bit stuck. So hopefully you can take away from this today lots of ideas, lots of kind of different colour combinations as well. Like Gloria says, thank you so much for this masterclass. I have such a hard time trying to find just that right colour for the men's cards. So this is great. And I think perhaps that is what a lot of the trouble sort of stems from, not kind of like the objects or the artwork that you're going to use, but the colour combinations. And I think, again, with this particular card you've seen, first demo, you've kind of really hit the nail on the head here with a real kind of masculine blend, if you like. Yeah, and women, and again, we try to be careful here, Ben, because we know the world that we live in at the moment. I've said it a moment ago, you've said it a moment ago. So we don't want to pigeonhole the men and the women. But if we go for that, men tend to have this colour, women tend to have this colour. Women like bling and fancy and all that jazz on a card. Men do too. But most men will like a very simplistic, drawn-back card, male colours, and that's the point of the masterclass as well. You look at the 2 Debbies and Jan, and what we do as a team, and we can go out there with bling and glitter and gems and pearls, and we can do that. But sometimes we just need to rein it back again. So with the men's cards, yes, it's about colour, but it's about reining it back as well, and then you've got a male card. So again, it's all about the way that you think, the way the card's going to go. But what I've done, Gemini dies, we've got on the show here, and they're on the lineup of the show, we have got lovely little dies. So we've got Grandad, that's what I'm away to use right now. We've got Uncle, Friend, Dad, Son, Father, Brother, Nephew. And can you see? I can't, because it's so small. £5? Was that for
8 piece?
For all of them? That is a half price deal. Because the price is correct, but it's a bigger set, it's not 25%. That is a half price deal. And of course, if you did miss the big news earlier on today, which Craig broke, you broke the news, didn't you? You broke it. 50% off.
That? There's so much news going on about it at the moment.
Oh, I know. Oh, isn't there? Hey? Oh. 50% off Gemini Dies today on the website. And on the shows, of course, as well. So do have a look. Fill your baskets. Someone actually said earlier on, I think it was Alison, I couldn't believe it when Craig said 50% discount on Gemini Dies. So I went and spent my Christmas money and I got twice as much for my money.
There you go.
Yeah, you see.
And it's funny as well because Georgina, she can vouch for this. When Lily came through and told us,
yes,
I was like, so it's Gemini branded dies, it's all of them, single, she was like, yeah, 50% off. So I was like, 50, and Lily's like, yeah. And I'm like, so I'd done the video and then I went back and I said to her, so just to clarify, it's all Gemini. She's like, yes, Craig, it is. Because I'm not posting this video without someone saying 100%. It was about good 4 times that I checked with Lily in the space of about 3 minutes.
And was that in the meeting this morning, or was that after the meeting she then came back and said, oh,
no, that was in with the meeting,
in the meeting. Wow.
In with the meeting, the hard, yeah.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, spectacular day to get your Gemini dies.
It really is.
So now that what I've done is I've cut out the Grandad, and I've gone in with a sort of very pastel green tone, and I've cut Grandad out in that colour.
Okay.
And then what I've done is I've created that backdrop with the background die that comes with it.
Yeah, they're really cute and diddy there.
They really, really are. They're so good. They're so nice just to have. And then you can just pop it at the side, wherever you want. And then what we can then start to do to finish this off, let's go in, and I'm going to take my tape off here. And as the show goes on, we are going to add elements such as like a little easel, or as if we're looking into a theatre card with a centerpiece. We are going to do different things, but all of them really are drawn back that a male would like.
You know what, you are ticking so many boxes today, Craig. So many people saying thank you for this particular show. Mary Lee saying, Craig, thank you for the masculine card ideas. I have 4 grandsons and it's always hard for me to do cards for them. I have the Autumn Blessings collection, so I will try these. Carrie Spearman says, I'm so loving this class. Sometimes I go by the guy I'm making the card for. And sometimes it's hard when you don't. Grey, black and white are my fallback colours for men's cards. But again, here you kind of see Craig expanding the horizons just a little bit on the sort of choice of colours that you can use. Joyce Powell, hi Joyce, says, Craig, this is fantastic. I have 3 son-in-laws and 2 grandsons. Thank you so much. Learning a lot as usual.
Thank you.
Question from Renee on Facebook, who says, how do you keep the glue from clogging the nozzle in the little bottles? That would be in the little...
that must be these ones.
Yes.
It really is key that you do keep the pin in.
Yeah.
When you're not using it, and even if that is just popping it to the side. Now here, at Crafters TV, for instance, I would say to you, use it, put the nib in, and then set it to the side. It's a bit like the Gemini plates. We say flip and rotate. We don't. You love it when I say that, don't you?
Flip and rotate.
We don't do it here because we don't have the time, really, and there's always so many of us. But what I would say, something as simple as just making sure you pop the pin in. Make sure it's the right pin. It's the right pin that you got. If you lose it and use a different pin, it could be slightly thinner, so you're still getting air to it. So you just want to make sure that you've got that seal using the pin, and then just set it to the side. Alternatively, what I do at home is I have a little container, just a little plastic container, and I have a wet baby wipe. And what I do is I don't actually have the pin in it.
Oh.
Now, I don't have the small one. You all know, I always get asked, Ben, I've got a long tube of tacky glue.
All right.
But what it is, it's an old style white glue that I bought cheaply, and I decanted it safely for the environment, and then I filled it with tacky glue. So it just means that I don't have to keep filling up the small bottle. But what I do, little container, plastic container, I've got a baby wipe inside, and then I set it upside down. So very similar to what Debbie does, Debbie Fisher, where she's got the little screw cap that she sits in. But what I do is I have a container, and then because it's damp, it stops it from drying out.
Clever.
And then I don't waste that baby wipe. If it dries out the baby wipe, I take my spritzing tool from Spectrum Noir with water, spritz it, dampen it again, and then I just sit it in. So very rarely I don't actually even have the pin in. When I'm at home anyway, I do here, but not at home. But key thing is the pin. That's going to be the saving grace.
Wow, there you go, Renee. Didn't expect an answer as thorough as that.
know, eh?
But that's what we're here for, you see. That's what we're here for.
You know
Live
what I'm
and
liking
interactive.
adhesives.
Yes, ask those questions. We'll get them answered live for you. And again, that's why so many of you love watching us, I think, because you can interact, you can get in touch, you can join in with the hashtag bants. And we are here to answer those questions. How amazing that you can join in live on the show. You don't get that anywhere else, do you not? And that's why we love it, chatting to you right throughout the show, getting those questions answered and helping you come up with amazing projects like this. Top notch that, Craigie.
Very, in some terms, very simplistic. Matte and layer, using our stencils, but instead of using the stencil where we have inked through it, which we've now still got that to use, what we've done is we've cleaned the stencil onto white smooth stamping card, distressed the edges. We've taken the skeleton leaves and layered them upon each other. So you get that lovely bunch, what I've done is, I would class it an embellishment, so therefore I've used the glue gel. Means we can shape it nicely. We can add that on, and because it's skeleton, you see these layers just popping through. Key thing though, simplistic design when it comes to the shape and the style of the card, but the colour tones as well. The 2 by 2, side by side, you get a lovely card that would work well for a meal.
It's gorgeous. I just need to reiterate as well, we don't have a lot of stock of this available, and even more of you have bought it over the course of the last half hour. So if you want to jump in and grab it, get it sooner rather than later. It's a 15-piece selection of the Autumn Blessings collection at an unbelievable price. And I just wanted to show you, you are going to get a 6x6 pad as well, which is the mini-me version of this one here. But you're going to get all the same colours and designs. And you can see, right, talking about masculine cards, you know, whereas we stop on a design like this and you think, okay, you know, perhaps a little bit more feminine. You've got designs here like this sort of Argyle print, which I think really are going to work so well for your more masculine cards. Again, you've got your kind of tartan effects going on there too. I don't know, these sort of colour palettes just really do lend themselves, again, that sort of check pattern there, to the more masculine cards. So again, it's a really, really lovely collection for that. And a lot of the designs, as I say, that replicate in the 6x6 pad as well, will work beautifully for those masculine makes. So it's a really wonderful collection to jump in and grab. So you got your 36 sheet collection of your 12x12s, and again you'll also get that in your 6x6 size as well. But then when you look at all of the goodies that you're going to get as far as your crafty tools are concerned, it is absolutely phenomenal. Your falling leaves embossing folder and stencil. You've then got your stunning Harvest Festival stamp and die set. This is really cute, again, to build up those designs, and so super handy again with a lot of the collections that we're doing for you now, bringing you the ability to not have to fussy cut all of the stamps out. You could just simply use the dies to cut them out. You've got your pumpkin patch there as well. So again, as much as these are amazing for your masculine cards, brilliant as well for Harvest Festival, brilliant for Thanksgiving. This one I love as well, which is your autumnal tree. The fact that you've got all of the different stamps there, so you can build your particular scene there to see how the tree would look right throughout the year. So I think, again, that's a really, really clever set. You've got more sentiments in there too. Talking of sentiments, you've then got your Thankful and Blessed collection. So again, beautiful sentiments, things like, you are such a blessing in my life. I'm so very blessed to know you, Craig.
Feelings mutual.
You are. You're welcome. Thankful, grateful and blessed. That's how I feel about George squared in the gallery, even though Georgina's saying some funny things in my ear right now. I shall not reciprocate. You've then got your heartfelt wishes as well. No, she was being quite nice. She just says, I do like being with you guys sometimes. Sometimes, you know, when we're on best behaviour. You've got lots of Thanksgiving stamps in there, lots of autumnal messages as well, which, as I say, obviously keeps in with the theme of this collection. You've got this really cute stamp and die set with thanks. How nice to have a die just like that, simply to send along a card to someone to say thank you. You've got your 2 dies there to be able to create the thanks itself and the background to make it pop off the page, and a whole host of other sentiments there too. You've got those cute little mushrooms in there. Can you believe that you're getting all of this for under £50 if you're platinum?
Mushroom on that board for any more, is there?
Hey. Do you know why I like hanging out with Craig? Because he's such a fun guy.
I don't have any.
Oh, you don't know you? You don't?
No.
Yeah, anyway, you've then got, as Craig demonstrated just a few moments ago, the skeleton leaves. They're really cute. You've got, this is one of my favourite dies actually, the wood slice. That round wood slice is so cool. And again, quite a masculine sort of die, that one, isn't it? It is that. Go on, just do that. And Craig, he's a macho man. He is Craig Laird, he's a macho man.
Macho man.
It's like, you know, blokes chopping wood, isn't it? Macho. Hello, Autumn. Hello Autumn is your beautiful leaf selection. I've got to go a bit quicker here. You've then got your scattered leaves stencil as well. Again, these are perfect for creating your own backgrounds. Again, perfect for creating colours more suited potentially to the guys should you wish to. And then we've got a beautiful autumnal foliage embossing folder to finish things off once again. And like we've been talking about right throughout the show, depending on what colours you use, what colours you go for, you've got the ability, particularly with a collection like this, to really focus on that sort of masculine effect. But like we've said, we're not pigeonholing, all guys will like these colours, all ladies will like these colours. We're just giving you the kind of ideas if you are struggling just a little bit. Now, we've got the Centerpiece Creator Card die collection, and again, hang on a second, have a word with yourself, look at the deal on this, a half price saving. Remember what we were talking about at the top of the show, should be £40, $51, £19.98 is the deal, or $25.90. £15.98 if you're platinum, or $20.72. Lots and lots of you are cramming your baskets full of these deals right now and taking advantage. One die which is going to allow you to create such a beautiful, it is that create a card effect. If you do nothing more than simply pop this through, create that scene, perhaps add a little bit of colour and a sentiment, you've got a beautiful, beautiful card. But then these, Craig, are perfect, aren't they, for building up scenes, and creating beautiful images. The Let Love Grow there is that beautiful tree. And again, I just marvel at the detail that we can get into our dies to be able to, add all the details of the little birdies there, add all of the leaves there too. If you want to pop your acetate behind these, you can do. If you want to pop your mirror card, glitter card with these as well, you can do. But look at that scene there with the beautiful cat. That one's called Your Feline Friend. And then finally, we've got that loyal companion as well. Really cute, really versatile. And again, for our new crafters, really accessible dies these to make you look like an absolute pro straight off the bat. £15.98 platinum, $20.72. Lots of lovely comments coming through, lots of laughing faces coming through as well. Linny just says on Facebook, with it being a masculine show, Craig should be wearing his WWE t-shirts today.
Hey, if I was allowed to, I would be.
We did say, did you say that or did I dream that? At some point we want to film, did you say on TikTok there's loads of the wrestlers' entrance themes, or did I dream that? And you were on about
You're dreaming about me, Ben. No, I did say that on TikTok.
Did, yeah.
All the wrestlers' entrance music's on, and I want to do some TikToks of like me coming down the ramp as if I'm the Undertaker or the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Should have done that today, really, shouldn't we? With it being a masculine
should have
sort of show. But anyway, Rosalind says, my car is busting at the seams, and a few of you in the comments singing the I'm a Lumberjack song. But let's have a look at this collection with Craig. Creator card dies. I mean, they do exactly what they say on the tin for our newbies, really, these, don't they?
They do indeed. But actually, before we do that, Georgina, who was it that was asking? Joan was asking if we could just quickly go through the sentiment dies that we've got for the males. So this is your Gemini mini expression. So what we've got is we've got friend. Now you get the word friend and you get the outside die to go with it for a matte layer. So we've got friend, we've got dad, we've got son, we've got father, we've got brother, we've got nephew, we've got uncle, and we've got granddad. Not for £5.77 or $9.17 each.
No?
Nope.
What, for 4?
For all of it.
For all of them?
All 8 of them.
You're joking me.
Nope, I'm not joking.
Wow.
I know. All of them for that price. Incredible. There you are, Joan. And anyone else that was wanting to know. Anything else you want to know, just get in, send a message to Ben via social, and we will do what we can. Just to say as well, if you didn't see Wake Up Call, tomorrow's masterclass is all about the foil press.
Oh, will you be wearing your shirt?
I'm going to wear my shirt, and I'm not prepping tomorrow's show.
What?
Nope, I'm not prepping.
You're going to get told off.
I'm going to have the sweats coming in and not having anything prepped, because I don't like that happening. But we're going to leave it in control with you. at home.
What, so it's going to be like an even more interactive show where people
Absolutely.
can go, can you show me this?
Yep.
Can you do that? Can you do the other?
Yep.
Ooh.
So we will have foil press items on the show that we will be predominantly looking at, but still, if there's techniques or that you want to see, you want me to go over again, because it's been a while since I've been on with it, then yeah, during the show, I'll put something up on social as well, my Instagram and Facebook, that you can let me know what sort of things that you want to see. So that's tomorrow, so it's going to be completely in your control when it comes to the foil press.
I mean, that is brilliant, isn't it? So get your suggestions in, get your requests in as to what you want Craig to do during those 2 hours. Obviously, only crafty / foil press related requests, you know, keep it sensible. But that's going to be amazing. So is that tomorrow at 3?
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, yeah, 10
Brilliant.
a.m. Eastern time. Yep.
Let's have a look at these cards. Maybe the creator card.
Let's do that, 100%. Yeah, now this is the one that we're actually going to be having a look at, which is with the Stags. Now you can keep them very, very simple, or you can then start to do your theatre cards, diorama cards, using the concepts from your Ultimate Pro if you want. Now again, finished samples we've got are ranging for so many different occasions, girls and boys, female, males, etc., etc. But it gives you the idea of what you can be doing. You know, that would work well for the male. You've got dog print if you've got the Positivity collection.
Ah, yes.
The little doggy there. And then other styles that you've got. So we've got a range of different styles. But then you can see, look at that one. So dramatic on that one there. But then paper piecing bits on top. It's not actually even paper piecing, it's cutting out the roses again in the pink and then layering it on top. So again, a few more that we can see here.
Ooh.
But that one.
Cute. No, so I was like, ooh, that's nice because you've got the two either side of it.
Yeah, like a little panel door, isn't it?
Door, yeah.
But then you can use them with shakers. You can back them side by side if you want. Any of your pattern papers that you've got, using your inks, again stepper if you're wanting to use your concepts, that you can be doing that. So there really are so many different ways in which you can use them. And they're called the Centerpiece because that is exactly what they are. They create that centerpiece of your card. So once again, male colours, keeping it very simple, but this one has got more of a scene to it. We're going to do a little bit of snipping, so we're getting that bit of misty background by using some of our vellums. So what we're going to do is pattern paper using the Autumn collection, 12 by 12, reminds me of a golf.
I was just about to say, it's a golfer's shirt,
Golfer's,
isn't it?
it is indeed.
That's what we call an Argyle print, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Argyle.
Argyle.
Hey.
And you're Billy Connolly.
Hey.
I'm Billy Connolly. You do great, Billy Connolly. You just do great impressions in general.
Try to keep them under my hat.
Do you?
Well, you know, on air, I don't want to do too many, get told off for
True.
messing around too much. You're from a golfing place anyway, aren't you?
I am.
Carnoustie.
One of the world's most famous golf courses. And I've been told one of the world's most hardest golf courses.
Is that right?
Because of the positioning of the bunkers.
Ooh.
And then if it's not so much a stormy day, but with the sea and the gust, the wind can make it a really tough day on the golf course.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I know diddly squat.
Yeah.
I'm only saying what golfers say.
Do you play golf then?
Do I?
Crazy golf. He takes his bucket and spade and he goes and sits in the bunkers.
Yes.
He builds sandcastles.
Oh no, you can't do that.
Gets
oh my
all of
gosh.
the Scottish golfers.
Oh no, you get a ball kicking if you go into the bunkers. And absolutely, I've been there, done that. Yeah. Yeah, an absolute bollock. Yeah, sit in the bunkers, play in the sand. No. No, that's for the golf course. That's for the golf course, Ben. Never go and play in a bunker.
No.
Never.
No.
So what I've done with this one is my pattern paper, it is 7.5 by 5 inches. So it's slightly longer, 7.5 by 5 inches. My craft card is 7 3/4 by 5 1/4. And what I've done is I popped that onto an ivory card flag. You're just picturing me in a bunker with my bucket and spade or something. Yeah. You just hear this, 4! Golf ball coming hit me on the head.
And smashing down your sandcastle.
Sandcastle, me storming off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just me. Playing in my bunker.
Playing in your bunker at Carnoustie.
I'm a golf club.
Lots of people, by the way, just commenting on how brave you're being tomorrow by doing no prep for that foil press show.
Is it brave?
It's not bravery. Stupidity is what it is. It's bravery. He's taking a risk there, isn't he? He is taking a risk. One man, one show, no prep.
I know. We're all the same. We never come unprepared, but there's times maybe a product sold out or we've added something and we don't have prep, we're quite ready for it. You know, we get the sweat. So to come in with no prep, I'm going to come in my foil press, loads of materials, the items on the show, I'll be good.
Let's be honest, if you are wearing your foil press shirt in the foil press show, you're going to get the sweats anyway, aren't you?
Well, that's very true.
It's like wrapping yourself up in tin foil.
Going up in flames.
Yeah, well, yeah, don't stand too close to anything anything warm because it'll be spontaneously self-combusting. I did get given, a while back now, Sarah Jane, who's no longer with us, of course, she bought me a gold one. And I don't think that...
She's still alive, by the way.
No, yes, that sounded a bit drastic,
still
didn't it?
alive,
She's just not here anymore, is what I meant to say.
She's moved past her news. She's still my neighbour.
Moved on. But yeah, she bought me a gold one, which has never yet made an appearance on show. So maybe next time you and I, if we get a foil press show together at some point, because Joe's got a blue one, hasn't he?
He has. I'm hoping he's going to wear his tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, mine's might not fit me.
Wow.
I've put on the weight since I've last had it on.
I didn't want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little fatty tatty now. It's not often that gets referred to as a good thing, is it? So what I've done here, but it is a good thing, trust me. What I've done here is I've got a piece of ivory card and it is 6 3/4 by 4 inches. And I've layered up my centerpiece die within the middle, as close to the middle as possible. It doesn't need to be exactly exact. And then what I've got is another piece of ivory cardstock, again, exactly the same size. And what I'm wanting to do is, let's take that bit out, because I might need a little bit of ivory card in a minute. What I'm then going to do, once again, roughly, I'm going to get it as close to the centre as I can. What you can always do as well, use your top layer to roughly line up. And it's not essential if it's not bang on, because we can always do a little bit of trimming. We're going to be doing that anyway in a minute or two. So I'm going to tape that one down and tape this one down. So I'm going to run this one through. So as you can see, it's going through my junior no problem. It's going to go through my midi no problem. If you were to want to simply make a banner strap with the centerpieces, it is going to go through your mini and your go. But you know, you're going to find you're going to be using your junior or your midi mostly. So if I take this one out here, so snipping them out. So again, what I'm doing, I'm not overcomplicating it with loads of different colours, Centura Pearl, Adorable Squirrel. You can do if you want. It's all about reining it in. And what I'm going to do is, we've got both exactly the same. So what we will end up doing is we're going to layer one on top of the other to create that scene. But I want the stags in the background. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the line along the bottom to snip the snip the stags out.
Snip the snag?
Snip the snags. I'm going to do the same.
That's a sausage, isn't it? A snag?
With little Bambi and her mum.
That's what our Australian friends call a sausage.
Snag?
A snag.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Snack or snag?
Snag.
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 Oh, I don't know.
A snag is a sausage, isn't it? Stick another...
Careful. Careful.
A snag? I'm sure that is Aussie slang.
Just put another snag on the Barbie.
It is Australian slang. Stick another snag on the Barbie, mate.
They never say it on Neighbours.
Is that still on?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Don't know for how much longer, but...
What channel is that on now?
Channel 5.
Oh, right.
Still on Channel 5. It's now moved to 6 o'clock. Do you know, I could tell, and we're going off piste here, so sorry anyone that doesn't watch Neighbours.
Do you get Neighbours in the US? I don't know, probably.
I don't know. Neighbours is just an Australian version of like Coronation Street or that, basically, in case you were wondering.
But anyway, yes, did I know?
But did you know that last year Neighbours was to get axed?
Right.
But it's the UK that saved it, because Neighbours gets more viewers in the UK on Channel 5 than it does in Australia. And now, next week, for the first time in what's Neighbours, 35 years old. First time in 35 years, we are going to be ahead of Australia in the episode of Neighbours.
Well, I never did.
There you go.
He's got all the big news today, hasn't he?
There you go.
50% off Gemini dies. Neighbours news for you as well. Seriously.
There you are.
Year of Craft. Oh yeah, Year of Craft back in stock as well. In case you haven't heard about that news, more on that to come. We've got it in launch party a little bit later on. We had to make a few. I mean, we didn't. Sarah, I think, made a few phone calls and pulled some other Year of Crafts in for other parts of the business. So we do have more available.
Where would you have got them from?
Huh?
Where would you have got them from?
I don't know. No idea.
Who knows?
Who knows? I just tell you what I'm told to tell you. I haven't got a clue. Not an idea. But we've got it available for you. We'll be bringing it to you on launch party later on. Are you with me for launch party?
No, that was a strange one. Yeah, I asked Georgina earlier on. Michelle's in for the one show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Georgina, she's definitely coming. She knows she's in. She's definitely coming in. Yeah.
Coming all the way out for one show?
That's what I thought. That's what
you might want to hang around, mate.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Craig, why are you cutting out so many trees, says Barbara.
So what I'm wanting is I want to have that perspective so that we are looking into the forest.
Right.
We're looking through the trees, we're looking through the branches, so you've got the stag and you've got the deer. What you could have done is kept the Bambi there,
Yeah.
and then you could have had baby Bambi on the top layer, have a little bit of a play as to where you're popping the stag. Bambi's a deer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I've done is I want them into that background.
Yes.
And then what I've done is I've snipped out the stags, I've snipped out a couple of the trees side by side. So once again, it's all giving you perspective as if we're looking in. You can then come in if you want to snip a few other bits. That's entirely up to yourself. But what I'm then going to do is I've added my foam pads onto the back. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to overlay that exactly into the middle. Don't worry if you've got any excess bits of cardstock sticking out the top or the bottom, because we can trim that away. The main thing is I want it to be overlaid exactly as to the underlay.
Underlay.
You were a way to say that. I knew it. So then what we've got is we've got the stags a little bit in the background.
Oh, yes.
And you've got, your trees, your branches in the foreground. And because I've got a little bit that is peeking out from the back, all I'm going to do is carefully snip it. You could use your guillotine if you wanted, or a craft knife. But what we're away to do is we're away to mat and layer that onto a piece of craft card here. So if I come in with where's my double-sided tape? So we're going in. So if I then add my tape there, and then add my tape here. If I pop that on like that, so you see how you've got, that works well. You've got that deepness of that craft colour, the brown, into the background. But if I put that there, see how it just gives it a different slant? It's giving it that more kind of that organic feel, that misty feel to it, as if it is actually into the forest, into the background. It's giving you extra perspective. The mist is further in the background. Then you've got the stag. It's just a play on the eyes. Simply by adding a piece of vellum, it's a play on the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I need to trim this a little bit better, because to be honest with you, I forgot to put a bit of vellum in with my prep pack. So that's why when you were going over the last products, Ben, I quickly took a bit from underneath.
Seems we do have lots of Neighbours viewers actually. Anita says, I used to watch Neighbours when I used to live in Australia. I had no idea it was still on. And Shaddai says, I loved Neighbours. We used to watch it here in Canada, but it doesn't show anymore.
Oh. Don't worry, here in the UK, we're keeping it alive.
Apparently, yeah. Is Bouncer still in it?
No, he's long gone.
Oh, is he? He used to like Bouncer.
Yeah, long gone.
There was Harold and Madge, wasn't there? I did Panto with Madge.
Yeah, you had a questionable time with her, didn't you?
Questionable, yeah. What was she called? Anne Charleston?
Anne Charles. She was always, Madge and Harold were always my favourite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course there was Kylie, wasn't there? Kylie and Jason.
Kylie.
Jason Donovan.
Stephen Dennis, he's still in it.
Oh, he was Paul.
Paul
he
Robinson.
He went Lassiter's, didn't he, the hotel?
Yep.
And then there's matey, Carl Robinson. Is he still in it, the doctor?
Yeah, him and Susan.
Yeah.
Susan is now my favourite character over Madge. because they've been in it the longest now.
Yeah. And he's like a really good musician as well, hasn't he? He's got a band
in
that
real
tours.
life, yeah.
Yeah, he tours the UK sometimes with his band.
He is indeed.
Oh, yeah.
See,
I know all the goss.
See, you say you know nothing about neighbours, eh? But look at you. So this layer here, both of them that I've done, is 6 3/4 by 4 inches. So I've got my brown craft card layer that's 7 by 4 1/4. So then what I've got, if I add my matting layer onto that one, press that in. So if I now come in and I start to position that over the top, you've got that break of pattern paper in the background. Then you've got that sort of theatre look, you know, with the layers, but with that vellum in the back. We want to add some texture to this one. So what I'm going to do, Ben, is if I take some of my high-tack tape, and I've got some twine from Vintage Diaries.
Yes.
Just brown twine. Could be, well, really any colour twine that you want to match your card. And then what I'm going to do is I've got all my bits of double-sided tape sticking to me. So secure this one here. Oh no, have I taken the whole lot? Yeah, I have.
Need to burnish it down a little bit
Need
more.
to burnish it down a little bit, yeah. Who did you learn that one from?
Might have been you.
Some guy.
No, oh no, I do. No, but I only know because from the few of the demos that I've done on air, and then I found like, when I did the craft along with Jan a while back, and I got miles behind, and one of the reasons was because I
Because of the wonderful things he's got. We're off to see the wizard.
The wonderful wizard of red liner tape. No, the only reason is because I kept doing what you did then. Jan said you have to burnish it down a bit more because otherwise you pick it off and you take the whole lot off, don't you? See, that's what it is.
Yeah, it was obviously not you that I said it to last week. I said the same. See, me and Jan think alike.
Of course you do.
Actually, we all think alike. It's quite scary. Me, Debbie Robinson are the same. Debbie Fisher. It is scary.
Well, you're same but different, all of you guys, I would say.
Yeah.
Same but different.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one.
Lots of different ideas, but lots of the same veins of thought.
Oh.
Talented team here we got, haven't we?
That's a compliment.
It is a compliment. Talented team. Best in the business. If you are watching us for the first time, maybe you've just come to us recently, exciting things ahead for this year, I can safely say, and you've joined a top team and actually a wonderful bunch of people as well, because we are a lovely crafty community, and I know that sounds ever so cheesy, but we really are, and you'll find that out as well. If you watch the live shows, all the same lovely faces joining us and new people joining us all the time. It's a good little crafty family we've got here, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Nice family, supportive family. It's just so good all round.
Yeah.
It really is. I love it. Love, love, love it. Wrap my twine round, and again it's giving that bit of texture instead of ribbon. Then what we're doing is we've just added that twine instead, tied a little bit of a knot.
Yep.
Then what we're going to do is I'm going to come in with my everyday sentiments. Now these came in with our pop-out numbers. And these are the ones that I use all the time. Everyday sentiments. So you've seen that last year when I was doing Facebook Lives. These are the ones that I have on my craft desk all the time and I use quite a lot. So if I have cut this piece of cardstock to the right size, let's do happy birthday. And what I'm going to do, Ben, is doing it in that nice, simplistic font that us males can read.
There's two words that my wife uses to describe me quite a lot, and I don't know if this is the same for a lot of our...
What, simplistic?
Well, she says nice and simplistic. That's why she says she's kept me for all these years. And she says also I'm very low maintenance.
I could imagine, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I could imagine that you are.
Yeah, she said she's just sort of feed me once a day, and let me do my own little thing, and hey. Well, no, I have to make some of my own food as well. I don't eat just once a day. You didn't think I got to this size by eating once a day, did you not? No, but she says, she lets me out once or twice a day, feeds me once a day, but never waters me after midnight. I can't even remember why I started talking about this. Oh no, but yes, nice and simplistic. Two words where we talk about, some blokes, but also masculine makes. Nice and simplistic, I think, is a way to think about things, isn't it?
It is. It really, really is. So what I've done is I've stamped happy birthday And then what we can then do is if I pop that one on here, so if I take these, then what we're going to do to finish off, we've got happy birthday along the top. So I'm going to get that as centre as I can, like so there. And then let's bring in, let's go in for Dad. So let's go for Dad here. So I'm going to take the brown, and that can be the back layer. I'm going to take the word Dad, and that can, hopefully, because I didn't bring more ivory cards, so that's fine, that's going to fit beautifully just there. And then I'm going to run them, the ones through, and then they can go at the bottom round here, and then that will be this one done.
Super dupes.
There
and that's, yeah, 2 great masculine makes from 2 separate collections. Oh, good. And Georgina has just said, and this again goes back to what we've been chatting about, all right, because we're not pigeonholing, you know, male and female, saying, oh, well, this is, you know, this card could only go to a bloke. No, absolutely not. We're giving you ideas for masculine makes, but producer Georgina has just said that she would love to receive this card.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. You know, if you do want to go down the route for a female loved one in the family, you can do. But as you just said there, Ben, we really are, you know, focusing on the males, because that's what you've asked for, ideas for the male. So we're giving you what you want, but then taking their tacky glue. The other good thing that would be good for these is the self-adhesive sheets, the double-sided self-adhesive sheets.
Yes,
That would be good for these ones. But we've got Dad.
I love how diddy they are. They're super cute.
They are. And sometimes things could be too small.
Yeah.
But for this, you get away with it. They are nice, they're small, they're diddy, but you get away with it. They complement and finish your card just nicely. So if we do that into there, so we've got Happy Birthday Dad, we've got layer, we've got colour for the male, we've got that kind of focal point that we're looking in, but then you've got a multitude of layers. But in actual fact, we've really only got 3 layers. Pattern, layer 1 of the die cut, layer 2 of the die cut, but by incorporating that vellum, it creates that haze, it creates that fog, that mist, and it just adds a lot of dramatic drama to your card on that one there. But then what you can do is you can ink round the edges, you can colour in the stags if you want, you can add embossing powders, waxes, anything like that if you want to. But then we've got that option of keeping it simple and you can create a card like that.
Mate, I think you have absolutely smashed it out of the ballpark with that one. It's a really, really beautiful card. And again, just giving you the kind of ideas and the kind of things that you can make with the Centerpiece Creator card dies. So you're going to get a 4-piece selection of these. These are the 4 that you're going to receive. So obviously the Into the Woods, which is the beautiful die that Craig has just been crafting with there as well. What is? Is it?
It's a cracking song.
How's it go?
It's not a Taylor Swift stylist song.
No.
But it's like, I'm going into the woods, I'm going into the woods, I'm going into the woods, and then I don't know the rest of it. But it is really good.
Does it go like? We're going into the woods,
we're going into the woods, we're going into the woods. Go onto Apple Music or Spotify or any of them and just type Taylor Swift.
And then it goes, I'm coming out of the woods, I'm coming out of the woods.
But it's got a good tune to it. It's got a really good tune to it.
Has it?
It's not a typical, like, you know, she's just broken up with a guy and you know, her heart's breaking kind of song.
She's going into the woods.
Yeah, she would never have that issue if she was with me, of course. But you know.
Yeah.
Taylor, if you're watching.
Well, she will be. She's a platinum member.
Yeah, she isn't. My number 079. No, I'm joking.
Well, you haven't sold that song to me. The only Into the Woods song I know is one about the teddy bear's picnic.
If you go into the woods today,
you're sure of a big surprise. Thought I was going to carry on singing them, but no. Dogs, cats. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Rocky Robin.
There we go. All of the dies in that collection summed up in song. You don't get that anywhere else. Right, normally a £40, $50 bundle, half price deal. Remember, all of our Gemini dies, Gemini branded dies are half price on the website today, so do take advantage of that deal. I also just wanted to mention again about our brand new lineup starting tomorrow, because a few people, including Gilmore, said, can you read that message again that you said at the start of the show about the new show? So I will, very shortly indeed. I just wanted to also just bring to you the pop-out number. What?
Shut up.
You shut up.
Whoa, I actually didn't realise that was...
I was going to say, I can do maths, and that isn't half price. That's like 60, probably 65%.
I can't do masks, and even I knew that was over 50%.
What a wow! Come on, are you joking me? The reason we're showing you this, by the way, is because the dies that you're going to get that Craig was using a few moments ago are in this collection. So you're going to get all of the stamps. Is that right? All of the stamps, and all of those as well. That stamp and die set to go with it. And then all of the pop-out numbers as well. Yeah, it will, because it's 60 elements, isn't it? That is absolutely redonkulous. So all of your stamps and dies, all of the stamps that you've got right here as well, so for all of those beautiful sentiments, and all of your pop-out individual numbers, which are just absolutely brilliant. If you need to get yourself a number collection in your crafty room, then this is the one to go for today. Those on their own, the numbers are worth £35. You are paying £16 platinum or $20 platinum for all of the, you get all of the numbers. I didn't show you them all. You're not just getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're getting 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9.
Me crazy, Western, dance for a days. Romeo, Romeo, gonna make you mine, but get in line. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Trust me, we are a craft show. Trust me.
And we are entertaining too.
And
a few of you said actually that you tune in a lot for the entertainment, and we're glad that we can provide you with all of that today. And the great deals, £16, $20.80 for all of those pop-out numbers. Just before, I know we're going to take a little break, a few little messages coming through. Kerry just saying, I've ordered 24 of those small sentiment dies just now. With such a great sale today, why not? Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Thank you for dedicating a whole show to projects for the males in our lives. There's chemistry and biology. Lots of love for that last card that you made as well, Craig. For Holiday says, these two are in top form today. They are too cute together. Mary Lee says, Craig, you are just a fountain of information. We have really missed you when you were gone.
Thank you.
And Sam says, our school got chosen to be in Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I was kissed by Jason Donovan every day on my head when he was Joseph. You know Jason Donovan actually as well, he's got his own Meals on Wheels company that he runs, and he sells kebabs. You know that? It's called Jason's Donovan. And on that bombshell,
I knew there was a punchline coming.
Hey, and on that bombshell, let's give you time to take out your baskets. I've got big news about a new show which is coming your way from tomorrow. Dear, oh dear. We'll come back with more masculine makes for you very shortly indeed. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Rebecca says, now I've got that Teddy Bear's Picnic song in my head mashed up with Taylor Swift. Apologies.
Shake it up, shake it up.
Linny Jones says, today is like Crafters TV the musical, lol. Hey, that's something we could do.
That's something we could do.
Imagine.
Can you imagine that? Phantom of the Crafter.
The Phantom of the Crafter is here inside your mind. Have you seen that?
It could be, instead of the Snow Queen, the Crafter's Queen.
Yes.
Yeah, could do that one. Yeah. Beauty and the Crafter.
Or Crafter and the Beast.
Yeah. There's no way you would be the Beast.
You!
George, maybe, not you.
Which George?
No, not you, George. George Akid.
Oh, George Akid. I'm going to tell him you said that.
We're mates.
Who?
Me and George.
Oh, yeah?
We're like that.
And Karen says, you two make this show so much fun to watch. Oh, by the way...
Can I just say, I can't cross my fingers without actually doing it. So in case you're thinking of what Georgina's just said in my ear, going, that is a poor cross of fingers. I have to do it myself.
You can't physically cross your fingers on your own?
Copy time.
What?
That's as far as I can go on my own.
Right.
Like that.
All right, so then you have to
actually cross my fingers, I have to do that.
Like tie them in a
Yeah, tie them in a knot. And you tie them in a knot.
Don't stop
Tracy.
singing that. Can I just very quickly, before we move on, a few of you asked about this message at the start of the show. So we have got some really exciting news. We are bringing all of our fabulous live UK Crafters Companion content together under one roof here at Crafters TV. And you know what? We like to move with the time. So we are starting this from tomorrow, Wednesday the 12th of January. We're going to feature a fantastic new lineup, including a brand new show. It's going to be called, let's get this right, Craft, Chat and Create. It's going to be a 3-hour show of pure craft inspiration, and it's going to be on screens 8 a.m. every day. From Monday to Friday. As per, you'll be able to watch us where you normally would, whether you watch us on the website, whether you watch us on Facebook, whether you watch us on YouTube. But hopefully you can join us tomorrow. Yes, our US viewers, of course, you can tune in as well. But it's going to be myself and Debbie Robinson.
She's back.
She is back. From 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for a 3-hour extravaganza. And actually, this is going to be a great excuse, particularly if you are new to us as well, because during that show, as well as doing loads of, crafty demonstrations and having a lot of fun, we are going to be talking a lot about all of the different shows, explaining a lot more about things like Club Inspire, where you can watch us, what times we're on, what all the different shows are all about. So if you are quite new to us, it's going to be a really good chance to join us and find out more. And also, particularly, if you are new, it's going to be a great way for you to tell all of your friends about us as well, because big things are happening, I think.
They are indeed. And just to add to that as well, I'm not going anywhere. Wake Up's still going to happen.
Yes.
What I would say, I know there's loads and loads of questions, what I would say is tune in tomorrow. You'll see exactly the format, you'll see exactly the flow. I'll be here as normal with Wake Up Call, showcasing what's coming up later in the day. Nothing's changing. So what I would just say is sit tight. Ben, well explained what better than what George did earlier on. You've seen it, it was funny, let's admit it. But still, Ben perfectly explained that. So tune in tomorrow and you'll see exactly the way the flow of the shows are going throughout the day.
It's very exciting, and it's also very exciting for the fact that today we are bringing you amazing deals on our dies. This is another half-price deal for you on the Connecting Sentiment Stamp and Die collection. 18 elements in total here, and once again, how cool is this concept? And it does boggle my mind just a little bit that we've got dies that create that effect of, well, that in my mind shouldn't work. You've got this really, really intricate die which you're cutting in the centre of your cardstock. For me, it boggles my mind how the card kind of stays together. But the true genius about this is that you've got whatever sentiment that you're using, and it doesn't kind of alter the structural integrity of the card, does it? Because a lot of people might look at that and go, well, you'd need to back that with something to make it stand up, but you don't, do you, with these?
You don't, no. You know, of course, if you want to do acetate or the back, it's going to help it, but it's not essential. And it's not just the case of the designers through in HQ there, just picking the font and connecting it together. It has been designed, each letter, each individual one that is connected to the top and the bottom, it's there for a purpose.
Yeah.
And it's about structure, it's about strength. So it's not just the case of the decided, oh, the C, the L, the B and the T is going to connect the top and the bottom. It's there for a reason, and that's what it's about.
And as you can see here, a load of really, really useful sentiments for you too. You do get the stamps with these as well. So you've got, for this one, for example, thankful for you, or so thankful for you. You've then got congrats, proud of you. So really useful everyday sentiments. And of course, lots of different ways to be able to use these too. But the whole kind of I don't know, clever nature of these, I suppose, is the fact that they connect the top and bottom of your card together, so that you don't have to kind of back these with acetate or any other card. You can do like Craig says if you want, but it's just a really, really clever way of using sentiments as a focal point on your cards. And the deal on that today for all 18 elements, all of those, is amazing. Half price again, don't forget, today and today only, all of our Gemini dies at a half price deal. You need to shop the website like loads of you have already done, but that is $25.57 platinum or $35.04. The website is going bananas today, producer Georgina has just told me. But let's have a look at these with Craig. Let's see if they are that easy to use.
You know, I might be stating the obvious here, but it's not a one time of the year use. It's not as if it's a Christmas theme or that. That's sentiment that you're using every single day throughout the year, whether it's birthday, whether it's thank, whether it's celebrate, anything like that. A little bit of snipping, you've got your own individual sentiments as well. So in some ways, there's no reason for us to put them on half price. The fact is we have, even though you're going to be using them, if not daily, then at least, you know, once, twice throughout the week or the month. I certainly would be, that's for sure, because it's something a bit different. So what I wanted to do is, before I just go in with the demonstration, I thought we'll take the Celebrate die, because I'm going to cut it in a moment into a smaller piece of cardstock, but to show you the concept. I know Ben showed you it on the card form, but if I show you it once die cut.
Yes.
Now, you don't have to do them. Actually, I'll tell you what, I was away to trim my cardstock the same length as my die. I'm not going to. What I'm going to do, so I've got a piece of A5 cardstock. So what I'm going to do is, if I secure that into the middle here, and this is going to show where there's another avenue that you can take it, because it could be a floating sentiment in the middle of your card. So same plate configuration. Once again, like previously, if you're using it on a smaller strip like I'm going to be doing just shortly, Gemini Mini, Gemini Go, no problem at all. But let's run this one through. So if I run this one through, if I take that up, then you can see you've started to get that floating sentiment. So at each edge, where it has where the die has ended, when you've got that left sitting, what you would do is a craft knife or your scissors, whatever you feel comfortable doing. You can then come along and then you can finish it off. So let's come down that way. So if I take that one out and I take that one out, what you've got is a sentiment within your card, like that. So you've got that block sentiment that you can see here. Or what you can do is, if we snip that all the way along there, and same with here, this is where you get what Ben was showing. That is the whole purpose of them. So you've got that connecting sentiment. So that could be on your card blank, it could be further down, higher up, at an angle. Lots of different ways in which you can have a play with them. But I like just doing it straight into your card so you've got that floating aspect. So that's kind of like the idea behind them. But what I'm going to do is, while I've got the die out, let's cut it. And then we're going to incorporate these with one of the stamps from the autumn collection. So let's take this one out, get hold of the tape. And the stamp set I'm going to use from the autumn collection is Harvest Festival, and I'm going to use the sunflower. So if I take this piece of cardstock, it's white smooth stamping card, and it is 6 by 2 1/4, so 6 by 2 1/4. So I could go like that, but then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tilt it so that the bottom point is at one corner and the top point is at the other corner. So we're now at a slant, we're having it in a different...
I'm glad you've done this, because one of the questions which always comes in when we bring these is, do you have to go straight across the middle, and does it have to be, you know, dead centre each and every time you use it?
Not at all. You can pop it wherever you like.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing with it. Wherever you want to do it, have a play, get creative, see what you can do with it. And of course, I've got the cardstock because I want it that length of the die. The cardstock, as I showed you before, it could be longer, and all that you're going to be left with is that longer piece along the top and the bottom. So it really is going to work for many different card sizes.
So then potentially, if you had a bigger card, so for example, if you wanted to create a card which said, I don't know, celebrate friend, you could cut another one lower down the card, couldn't you?
What you could do is, so we've got celebrate.
Yeah.
You could, at the same time, Ben,
Yeah.
come along, whoever's used this is not
Yeah.
find it out.
Oh dear.
What you could do is
Yeah, that's what I
also
mean. Yeah.
do them both.
That would
Make
work.
sure you leave a space in between,
Right,
so
yeah.
you've got that connecting, but you could then do celebrate friend, so you could
Yeah.
use them. If you wanted it to be a really long card,
Yeah.
you could
Go the other way.
You know, the chances are you're not going to do that, but you can do it. That's the key thing. You can do it. But what most people have done in the past is done it one on top of the other, and it works like that. If I'd done that, I would put acetate behind, because you really are limiting the structure. That would be absolutely fine if that was the front of a card blank. Two together, I would do some acetate on the back, but it's the options. That's what you've got. So yep, go ahead and do that. Or come across, smaller piece of cardstock, do it straight, do it at an angle. Either way, you've got that option. So we've now got that one done. So what I'm going to do is, if I set that one to the side for now, what I'm then going to do is come in with another piece of white smooth stamping card, and I've cut this one to 6 by 6, and I'm going to use the sunflower. Now this is the set that has the die to go with them, but I'm not going to. And what I'm going to do here is, in the past, you know how I like to create my own background, Ben, with my stamps? Primarily, what I tend to do is I do it for female style cards, whether it's florals or anything along those lines. So this is to show you that even though it's a men's card, you can still take something like a sunflower, or it could be any of the squashes, the wheelbarrow, any stamp that would work for a male, and still create your own background. You've got that ability to do that. And all that I'm doing is doing one of my favourites, and that is randomly stamping out the sunflower in different angles. So instead of coming along with our pattern paper, we are now coming along with our stamp and creating our own background, and just continue to go.
There's lots of excitement about our new lineup tomorrow. A new schedule, says Aisha Dennison. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Linny Jones, hello Linny, says, so exciting. More Crafters TV in our day. This is always a positive thing. So realistically, like tomorrow, on air 8 o'clock here in the UK, through till, then we're on till 11, but then the day, so 8 till 9. So that
Pretty
sort of
much
encompasses
8 till 9 p.m.
13 hours then, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not 13 hours live, but yeah, right across the day. So a chance for everyone to have a watch.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And it's opening up. Because I think the thing as well, and this is me speaking.
Yeah. Well, I know that.
Well, obviously, it's me. It's me. But what I mean is, as the day goes on,
yeah.
I feel that it suits more to the US because obviously at the time of the day. So I think it's nice that we're able to bring something back in the morning for the UK.
Absolutely.
Which the US can still watch and they can come back and watch, or they can watch live. But as it is, as I say, for me, from what I see, in TV shows, etc., I think the later the day goes on, it works better and more suited for the US.
Yeah.
So it's good that we've now got something a bit earlier as well. That, let's face it, it's probably predominantly for the UK.
Absolutely.
Time-wise.
Yes. Yeah, because it's going to be a little bit early for our US viewers. But like Craig says, absolutely, if you want to get up early and join in with us, you are more than welcome. But nice for our UK viewers, maybe you can tune in just before you pop off to work. And great, again, for getting new viewers with us, of course. So if you are a UK viewer and you do pop in and see these shows, then make sure you tell all of your friends about us. Get on the socials and tell everyone that we're going to be on air tomorrow from 8 o'clock for our new show. I still have to keep looking down for this. I'll get it in my head eventually. Craft, Chat, Create. But I haven't mucked it up like George did earlier on yet, have I?
I don't actually know if George got it right at all. It's hilarious. He just couldn't get to grips with the title.
Did he have it written down?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. He could not get to grips with it. It was funny though. But then if you are telling everyone, remember and tell them about Club Inspire. Because that's definitely a win-win as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Win-win.
We're going to cover off... is that squeaking? I don't know. It doesn't normally. That squeaking is going right
no, I'm not doing
me.
it on. I'm not doing it on purpose.
Oh.
I am not doing it on purpose.
It doesn't normally bother me, but for some reason, it is a bit.
I'm just drawing around. I'm not doing it on purpose.
I'm trying to talk though.
For once, I'm not doing it on purpose.
Just to say, tomorrow we're going to be covering off everything that you. What noise? We're going to be covering off everything that you need to know tomorrow, as far as Crafters TV, Crafters Companion is concerned. Like all of the shows, Club Inspire, all of those.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
You are now.
I'm not.
You did an extended long.
I'm not.
Then.
I am not doing it on purpose. I'm not. No, I won't. Right.
Just by the way, why have you just been doing that? Just to lift it off the page a bit more, to highlight the edges.
It highlights it. Now, if you look, so we've got this bit without the grey outline.
Yeah.
We've got a tiny little bit, because apparently I'm doing it on purpose to make it squeak, which I'm not. But even then, you can see the difference. You've got that natural shadow in the background. Ice Grey 2, Classic Pen or Tri-Blend works a treat. It's got that nice combination of, once the alcohol evaporates, get that nice subtle shadow. So what I'm then going to do is, if I carry on with this side here at the moment, and within the water reactive bundle, you've got Smoke Plume. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go round. So let's do this side here, and I'm going to add some of the deep colour all the way around. So I would go all the way around once I've gone all the way around the sunflowers.
That squeaking was going right through Rebecca as well, by the way.
Well, it wasn't my fault.
He was doing it on purpose.
I was. Trust me, if I was doing it on purpose, I'd be telling you I was doing it on purpose. I only do it to annoy you, though, Georgina, sometimes. But I wasn't doing it today.
That's like when Georgina purposely buys a punnet of grapes
and
chews in our ear just to annoy us.
Or when Charlotte's got a big bottle of water and you just hear her going.
You're right over there. Just have yourself a cup of coffee. It's fine. Don't you worry about it.
Well, just thought while you were speaking there, I'll take a quick drink. So, once you've gone all the way around, what you're going to be left with is that.
Wow.
So, randomly stamping the sunflowers, going round with Ice Grey 2, and going round with Smoke plum.
It's got a bit of a
not plums, plumage.
sort of a 60s vibe to it.
It does actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really, really does. So that's now our background. So I've gone round with the water reactive on the edges, kind of kept away from the middle. And then what we're going to do is a combination of, look at that bright yellow, but with the black cardstock. So we're going to layer it up, and you can see I started to do it with the wheelbarrow, but I just thought, nah, I'm not getting the wheelbarrow vibe when it comes to the background. I think sometimes, for me anyway, for me personally, sometimes to do a background, some stamps can be too big.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think sometimes it just doesn't always work.
That one's probably really big, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
really big.
stamp on
Yeah,
the back.
really, really big. So with my cardstock being 6 by 6, my yellow 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then my black is 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. So that's going to go onto here. So that's now that one. What I'm then going to do is I've got my card blank here, which is 7 by 7, and for a mail's card, we're actually going to make an easel card. But I think it works, the combination of colours, and you've got that worker element in the fact of it does something. It's not so much it's mechanical, but it's got movement, it's got shape. So therefore, 7 by 7, so 3 1/2, the halfway point. So there is the start of our easel here. I've got another piece that's 7 by 7. So what I can do here, so if I add this one on with my tape, you use whatever adhesive you prefer and start to layer these ones up.
Pammy just says a piece of vellum under the paper reduces the squeak, Craig. It helps to glide the marker over the paper. Just for future reference.
But then the colour will go in the vellum and not in the cardstock.
Did I say over or under? Under. Underneath the paper, apparently.
So vellum, then the cardstock,
Apparently.
and then you
That's
go
how
on
I
the
read
ink.
it. That's how I read it.
How's that going to stop the squeaking?
Well, I don't know. I'm only reading now what's just come through on the socials.
That's like when you're a little boy that's into trouble. What? So there's our easel, 7 by 7 easel. So if we come back in with our sentiment here, so what we can do here is onto black card, and well, onto yellow first. So the yellow is 6 by 2 1/2. The black is also 6, but by 2 3/4. So before I assemble these ones together, I've got some acetate, and this acetate is 6 by 4 1/4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on its side here, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch all the way down. To make it easier on myself, I'm going to turn it over and score at 1/2 inch here. So then what we can do is we can fold this over, and if we assemble our sentiment, so we've got that one. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tacky glue, simply because we've got the die cut sentiment detail into the middle here. So we're going to get that going. We're going to work our way round, and then what we're going to do, Ben, is we're going to wrap our acetate around the sentiment, and it's going to create that little bit of a domed acetate effect.
Lots of love for your funky sunflowers, the background that you've created there.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, loads of love coming in for that. Hopefully you're picking up loads of hints and tips
I
off the
hope
show.
so.
I feel like it's gone really, really quickly, this show.
It's flown in, isn't it?
Obviously means we're enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying it as well. But I feel like we could almost carry on a little bit longer. I mean, we won't, but you know, I feel like we could carry on a bit longer because it's absolutely.
I know what you mean.
Last hour
Yeah.
and 40 minutes.
And thing is as well, I didn't want to come along. If you were to go into Pinterest or something like that and you type men's cards,
Yeah.
you know, you can get some typical men-shaped cards. And I didn't want to go down that route. I didn't want to go down that route. You know, I wanted to make an easel card that's for the men, or you know, using sunflower. You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
So that's why I want to do something different with these ones. So if I lift that one up onto there, And then I've got my red liner tape on the back here. And again, what this is going to do is this is going to create a little bit of height towards the bottom. So I'm going to tuck that one under, press that in, and because where I've scored my acetate, it's then going to enable us to press that in. And then if we go see from up above where we are, so if I turn it that way, see how you've got that domed?
A little dome, yeah.
So you've got that, it's like encased in a little panel. So what we can then do is start to assemble all of this one together. And then for the stopper, what I've done is yellow card 6 1/4 by 2, and then the black is 6 1/4 by 2 1/2. And all that I've done is I've got a strip here, and I've already stamped out your big day. And that's the stamp that comes with this die. So all that we're going to do now is start to bring it together to finish off the card.
Just to say, there's still lots of lovely messages coming through, just generally about this whole show. And I take your point there, because like you say, you go online, the kind of shapes of cards, and maybe you think of male cards, you've got to think, oh, it's got to be cars, for example.
Yep.
It's got to be, I don't know, golf or something like that, which you've really touched on. But what you've done here today is actually talk more about the different textures that you can use, the different colours that you can use. And again, brilliant, adding in. It's so difficult to talk about this, isn't it? But for sunflowers, you wouldn't necessarily normally think male card, but the different colours that you've used here, the way that you've created your own background there as well is so super clever. Really like it. It's been great, Craig. It has. It's been excellent today.
Thank you.
You've been great. A star for you.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. The main thing is, you love it, which is great, but the main thing is all of you at home love the ideas, and then you can take your spin on them as well. It's just different. Want them male, but want them different as well. That was the key thing. The key thing is to get that different. So let's layer these ones up here, and then we can layer this one on. And this is just on a strip of black card. And this black card is actually on foam pads, and that's what's going to create our stopper. And like this one, to finish it off, this is on 3mm foam pads. So even if you had 2mm, it would still work, or something to create that stopper aspect. And I'm going to do it a little bit further down there. And then here we go, let's finish off, take them off. There, and then there. So then lift that one up. If I pop that down into here, like that, and then there we go.
Fab.
We've got our sentiment. So you've got that one there. Now then what you can do is if you want that further back, so the further back that you put your stopper, the more prominent it's going to sit. But if you have it right down at the front, it's more on that, like a male, chill back, relax. It's that horizontal, they fall over sometime. I'm just saying what you all say about us males. That's all I'm saying. But there we go. And then see what I mean, Ben, by if I change that to pink and reds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe instead of doing smoked plume, maybe doing a pink tulip or something like that. And then that just takes a different spin on it, but it's going to be good for a female card.
I love it, and as I say, some really, really amazing demos so far. And again, just to show you, because I know we're concentrating a lot on those masculine makes today. Yes, of course, depending on the papers that you've got, depending on how you want to couple your dies up with these, and how you want to use your embellishments and your ribbons, all these kind of things. These, of course, can be male, female, or wherever you want to take them. I think the thing to say again here with these is the fact that you're getting such a great deal on this collection. All 18 elements, these really clever connecting sentiment dies. And again, like you're seeing with this one here, you don't need to back them with acetate because the structural integrity of the card isn't compromised. So, if you want to add acetate, if you want to add those kind of things, you can do. But again, a lovely easel card once again here with the congrats. So many different ways that you can use these. But as Craig touched on earlier on again, so many different sentiments for all year round. You're not just going to be using these at one particular point in the year, because if I quickly just whiz through here again, you've got For an Amazing Friend. You've got birthday, which of course you'll use year round. Thank you cards you'll always need. Sending love with love, so maybe for Valentine's, celebrate for all these birthdays and anniversaries throughout the year. So thankful for you. Just maybe when you want to put a smile on somebody's face, you've got congrats, proud of you, and then also the good luck, you'll do great. It's an amazing saving again once today on this collection. As we keep mentioning, head to the website today, check out all of the shows because you have got a half price saving on all of our Gemini dies, whether that be individuals or collections like we're showing you right here. $63.92 is what you should pay, $87.60. We laugh in the face of that price and we say, look, you can have it half price, have another 20% off if you're platinum. That is £25.57 or $35.04. Just to mention as well, one of the most popular items on the show is the Autumn Blessings collection. 50% of the stock has gone. We don't have the biggest stock in the world as far as this is concerned. So just beware, this could go after the show. If you've got it in your basket, it's worth checking out. But again, a lovely collection for all of your autumnal makes. But as Craig brilliantly showed a little bit earlier on, lots of great stamps, dies, embossing folders in that collection for male skewed cards. And I think the colour palette as well, and certainly a lot of the patterns that you're going to get in the 12x12 and 6x6 pads there, very, very good for those male colours, for those male patterns. Again, a half price saving is that, isn't it? Down to $61.92 or $79.64. Platinum members, £49.54 or $63.71. We are almost to the end of the show. I'm looking forward to the vote here because I think this is going to be a very, very tough decision for you. I'm glad that I don't have to do it. But we're going to come back with a bit of a wrap up with the vote on the demo of the show as well. And this is your last chance to get those questions in. Anything you want to pose to Craig, get the questions in and we will do all of that in just a few moments' time. But right now, head to the checkouts and we will be right back.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Take all the hard work out of patchwork with the Gemini Build-A-Block patchwork system. This innovative collection of multimedia dies allows you to create patchwork blocks with ease and total accuracy. This set includes 18 dies to cut a range of shapes and sizes for patchwork or quilting projects. They can cut multiple layers of fabric at once. They include an accurate 1/4 inch seam allowance, plus all of your pieces are cut exactly the same size every time. Follow your own creative inspiration or look through the 20 patterns laid out in the guide. Not enough? There's an additional 60 patterns online. And right now, we have amazing offers on the Gemini Build-A-Block patchwork system. Quick Buy, get yours now.
Okie dokie, lots of you checking out your baskets there. Well done. Hopefully you're getting all of the deals that you want. Lots of love for that last card. Anita just saying, you come up with the best colour combos, Craig. Now Joanna's saying, I have this collection. Need to dig it out. Thank you for the inspiration. This, says Mary Reno, has been a very inspirational show. It's been a good one, this, hasn't it? It has been a good one. And Angela Muircroft says, fantastic show. I can't believe the savings. The hubby doesn't know yet, but my birthday surprises are ordered. good. Roll on February. We have got just over 10 minutes remaining, so we'll get the... Do we want to do the vote now for demo of the show? Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do that now, and then Craig's going to have a look at the pop-out numbers with you, just to show you the kind of technique as to how you can use those. But I think this is going to be an interesting vote because lots of different techniques and ideas for your masculine make. So Craig, for people who have just joined, just take us through all of your amazing makes that you've done during this show.
I will do indeed. So the first one we used was primarily using the Autumn Blessings collection. So we used the stencils with some ink, and we've created that rough background where instead of inking through the stencil and creating using the positive, we've used the negative by cleaning the stencil. Just a little bit layering up with the sentiment as well. Then the second one we used our centerpiece with the stags, whereas the panels we cut twice identical, and then we done a little bit of snipping about so that we are creating depth by looking into the centerpiece with the stags. We've added that vellum just to create that bit of that haze or mist or anything like that to create deep colours, depth colours that are working well for the men. And then we've gone in with our connecting sentiments. So we're on a glass mat, so they're sliding all over the place. It's like dancing on ice with the cards. We've done an easel card for a male, again, using the male colours, but then what we've done is we've used the connecting sentiments in a slightly different way, created a small panel, but then we've created that little bit of a domed effect as well. You know, men like things that work, that can do something. That's why predominantly we like gadgets in that. Well, I know women do as well. But what we've got within this one here is we've got shape to it, we've got movement to it, we've got height to it. We've got quite a lot of things going on in this one card, which just lights our mind sometimes as a male. Oh, what's that? What's that going on there?
What do we do? What's that? What's that going on there?
What's up with that?
What's up? 1, 2, or 3?
With that.
1, 2, or 3. Get voting now. You've got about 4 minutes to get your votes in. I'll be very interested to see what is the winner. Very quickly, let me just show you everything that you're going to get in this bundle, because I still can't quite believe the deal that you're going to get. If you haven't yet got this in your crafty stash, then this is the day to buy it. The pop-out number die collection. These are phenomenal to give you the ability to totally personalise all of your cards. As we always talk about, it's easy to pop to a card shop and pick up a happy 18th or happy 21st. But what about when you want to send a card to somebody who's 34? What happens when you want to send a card to somebody who's, I don't know, 67, for example? It's difficult to do. You've got the ability with this collection to totally personalise your makes and actually add a bit of fun, add a bit of a surprise to your projects with the pop-out effects of all of the dies that you're going to get. So all of your numbers are included. That alone, for the price that you're seeing on screen, is phenomenal. The dies on their own are worth £35. Right? You're paying £20 today, or $26, so you're saving over 65%. Platinum members, it comes down to £16 or $20.80. So any day of the week to receive all of that metal for that money is a stunning, stunning buy. However, we're not just going to give you that today, because you're also going to get your stamp and die set included as well, with these really cute little border dies and the stamp and die set to be able to really go to town with these and create your own little birthday cards, invitations potentially, because you've got all of the presents and bunting and hearts and candles and all sorts in that collection. So think about all the stamps and dies that you're getting there on top of all of the numbers. And you've got all of the sentiment stamps included as well. That, for me, potentially is the deal of the show when you consider you're paying £16 or $20 if you're platinum. Now, just to have a quick look at these, Craig, because again, a lot of people might be thinking, well, I like the idea of getting these, but how actually easy is it to actually create that pop-out effect?
They're really easy. So what you're going to do is, just to point as well, you do get a little bit of a step-by-step in with the pack. Now, you can do them out at any card size. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your card blank. So this one I've got here is 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. So pretty much A4, like A5, A4 folded in half. You're going to take another piece that's exactly the same size, but it's not scored. You don't want it to be scored. So what I've done is, where there would be the score line, the halfway point, you put a pencil line, or I've just popped a black pen mark at each side here. What I am going to do for the sake of this demonstration, I am going to join them up in the pen so that you can see. So all that I'm going to do is join them up. The reason you don't want it to be pre-scored is you will end up with a score line throughout your numbers where you don't want it to be. So this would be a pencil line that you would come and rub out later on.
Yep.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to take, let's take 89. Let's take 89 as a number. So then what we're going to do is there's 2 little notches side by side here. We're going to place that one on, same with the 9 here, 2 little notches. So they're going to then line up in with our pencil mark, and we're going to tape that one down as well. What I need to do, Ben, is because of the size of this, I need to quickly flip to my large Gemini. So I'm going to use my junior plates because it's going to fit on my plates. So if I bring in my base plate, so I'm going to set that one on. What we can then do, plastic and then top plate. Feed that one through our Gemini. So what that does is that perfectly positions the die where it needs to be. It's going to cut out certain areas, it's going to emboss other areas, and then that gives you then the ability to create your pop out. So see where I've got my black pen mark through the numbers? If that was pre-scored, that would be there, that would be left. So that's why it's key that you use a pencil mark or a pencil line and then rub it out. Then all that we're going to do is press the base, we're going to press the top and fold back that second panel. For this part here, edge to edge, you're going to take your scoreboard or your guillotine, whatever you've got, and you're going to then score down to there, and then you're going to score from the edge up to the number, and then you're going to do in between as well. So then that gives you the ability to fold your card blank. We're going to fold that in, press that in, ease it in, then that is then going to go into your card blank. So you would simply tape it into your card blank, maybe put pattern paper on the back, but lift it up, and there's your pop-out numbers, 89. If you want it longer, that could be 100, 101 if you want to as well, but you've got that option. Die cut them separately, snip them out, then layer them on top, or use them as just individual letters if you want.
Well, I mean, fantastic. Doesn't that, again, just go to show how simple it is to be able to use these, but the effect that you can create is phenomenal. What a show. Wow, thank you so much for all of the lovely comments coming through, and I think Craig, as always, has been brilliant, but even more brilliant today, and hopefully now you're walking away from the show going, yeah, I've got a few ideas of the kind of cards I could make for all of those men in my life. The 50% sale, by the way, Patty, on the dies is just relevant for today, isn't it? Ends at midnight tonight. So don't hang around. If you are thinking about shopping with us on those, then make sure you shop and purchase today. What a great show, says Marie. Thank you for all the tips. And Kathy Lear, hi Kathy, says thank you for the mail card ideas. But what about the vote? I hear you cry. What about the vote? Oh, it was close. Very close. It was very close between 2 and 3. 3 was in the lead, but 2 came up on the rails and took the lead at the end. It is number 2 by an antler.
Go.
Yeah.
If I had to have favourites out them all, it was that one.
Yep.
I did like that one.
There we go. That is going to be up on our Crafty Walk of Fame. Could be the demo of the day a little bit later on. Coming up, Michelle is with us for launch party. Coming up at 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock East Coast. We have got, if you didn't hear this announcement, we've managed to get a little bit more stock of our Year of Craft box 6. This sold out yesterday, but a few calls were made, and we've managed to get a bit more stock in. So if you did miss out on this, it is back tonight, but half of the stock which we've managed to get from elsewhere has already gone. And once this is gone, it is gone. We will not be getting stock from elsewhere or magicking it up from anywhere else. So make sure you get this evening if you missed out yesterday. I remember seeing a few messages on social saying, oh, I can't believe I didn't get it. You can get it right now. Get it tonight with us on Launch Party. And we've also got a brand new launch coming up for you as well tonight. A brand new craft kit coming your way. So lots to look forward to, lots to get excited about. When are you back with us, Mr. Craig?
I am back tomorrow with Wake Up Call. I'll be in with one of the sections. Andrew's going to be here and doing another 2 of the sections. Then I'm going to be back with that foil press masterclass as well. And a little bit of a heads up, Thursday night here in the UK, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live from home, giving you a preview of a launch that we've got coming up on Friday. So I'll give you more information later on in the week, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Look forward to it. What a brilliant show. Make sure you check out your baskets. Thank you to Craig. I will see you later on with Michelle for what is set to be a very exciting launch party. But until then, bye-bye.
Bye.